Hello. So I just posted a video about the most dangerous clients that I've ever worked with. And spoiler alert, if you haven't seen that video yet, it's just that I identified the most consistently dangerous people I've encountered have been individuals who have no hope. Despite working with populations who have a history of violence, as far as the far reaching effects, how far the ripples go affecting other people around them, it's consistently been individuals with no hope who have caused the greatest amount of devastation. And that's to workplace teams, to their family, to friend circles, etc. And so, having said that in that video and knowing just how important hope is, I wanted to make this video because hope is not something that just some people have it and some people don't. It is a life skill. It is even a team skill. And that means, as a skill, it's something that we can get better at. We can invest in developing it intentionally, reap the benefits, and create this positive ripple effect. We benefit in our lives, and then so does everybody else within our sphere of influence. And so I wanted to share with you here the 5 things that people with unshakable hope, what they consistently believe. So here we go. Thing number 1, people with unshakable hope genuinely believe that the only person who controls them is themselves. So individuals who use language like, I'll be okay when this person apologizes. I'll be able to move forward when this person pays me back and I actually have the money to. Those are individuals that you don't hear them outright saying, I have no control over my life. But when you stop and unpack the sentences, I'll be okay when that person apologizes. What if they never do? I'll be able to move forward when that person pays me back and I've got that. Well, what if they don't? That person's life is dependent on other people's choices, on other people's actions. Individuals with unshakable hope are ones that know, I am the only one who controls me. Other people's choices have influence and impact in my life, but they don't control me. And so people with hope use language more reflective of, well, whatever that person chooses to do, I'm going to be okay. You know what? It'll be really nice if they pay me back. In the meantime, here's what I'm doing to achieve that goal that I am super passionate about. The only person who controls them is themselves. The second thing that people believe, that when they have unshakable hope, what they believe is that what they need and what they want, that matters. So individuals who struggle with hope, you often hear language where they feel like, well, what I need, what I want don't matter. And whether it's because I've heard different things, like the idea of, based on their faith, the deity that they believe in, they may believe like that deity has decided what my fate is and there is no changing it, so why bother? For other people, it has been something along the lines of that's how they've been treated in life. And so it's a reflection of how they were raised or a relationship that they were in. What you need or want doesn't matter. And so they've learned to stop asking. And so just to give you some perspective from the faith side, there are so many people that within their faith believe in the same deities as the people who have no hope. Yet what they believe is that, well, part of my life has been predestined. As part of that, I still have room for making decisions. I am still responsible for my choices. I'm not a programmed robot that has no choice here. And so, as part of that, when I have unique wants and unique needs that are specific to me, it means that I have the ability to pursue having those met. And so, whether, faith reasons or somebody coming out of a very destructive relationship or having parents who told them that their wants and needs didn't matter, to develop unshakable hope, part of what you need to grab a hold of is that your unique wants and needs do matter. You are a unique individual, and it doesn't matter if you grew up in the same family, you grew up in the same geographic region. While you may have overlapping wants and needs with other people around you, there are things so specific to you because your life experience is unique. And so just please grab a hold of that and know that while somebody else is saying, everybody else in the room, to make it super simple, is saying they're super hot and you're going, I am freezing right now. Am I the only one? Guess what? If you're the only one, your wants and needs for being a comfortable temperature matter. They are not trumped by everybody else in the room feeling a different way. So it can be as simple as that. And so believe it. Your wants and needs matter. It is okay. You have the blessing, permission, go pursue having those things met. The third thing that people with unshakable hope believe is that they have options. And so, individuals who have no hope consistently have a mentality that reflects, either I'm on a track of some kind, and so the ball has been set in motion, and there's just nothing you can do about it. The track doesn't go left or right, it just chugs straight ahead, and that's all I've got ahead of me. There are lots of different contexts that I've come across where there's been that sort of railroad mentality. Sometimes it's been related to a job. Somebody got a job because, they were told this is good employment. They wanted the pension, the golden handcuffs. And so they have reached a point now where they hate this job, but they feel locked in. I have to keep doing this until retirement. That's when I can enjoy life because I'll have the pension and I'll have the freedom and I'll chug, 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 chug. I can't get off this track because if I do, I lose my pension. For some people, it's been a geographic thing. So just this is where my home is. This is where my family is. There are no employment opportunities here beyond this coal mine, beyond this pharmaceutical company that has a garbage toxic structure on the inside. Whatever it is, just, there's employment that is sucking the life out of them. The geography, there's something about, the small town, the big town, the whatever town mentality that is just sucking the life out of them. But this is where my roots are and I can't leave. I don't have the money. I don't have the connections. I don't have the job lined up, whatever it is, chug, 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 chug. I don't have options. That is another defining thing of people who have no hope. I'm on a track. And the people who have hope don't see a railroad track. They see a path and they see other paths going off of that path and a road that goes that way. It's like looking at a proper map where there are actually roads that go in different ways and intersect each other. What if I want to go on this track, but I don't want to have to do this part? Well, then you take the detour. You have options. And so knowing that, being able to see that, explore that, if you, in whatever circumstances you are in, genuinely feel like you have no options, start talking to other people. Just say, I'm willing to consider the fact that options might exist. I'm going to start those conversations trying to figure out what they are. Yes, you are on the right track. Find people who will help you think outside the box. Now, I do not want to downplay for a moment how hard it might be to pursue those options. There's very much an element of privilege that comes into play when you talk about options. Because if you have more money and more margin to work with, then pursuing certain options becomes less scary. You have something you can fall back on. It makes a huge difference if you have a support network, if you have a safe place to land. You lose your house, but you can go here. That makes a really big difference compared to somebody that if they lose this, like there is no other place to go. So I do not want to downplay how difficult pursuing some of those options might be, but that's where hope really comes into play. Just know that you have the options to start off with, because if you know you have the options, you're starting to develop the hope that you need to start pursuing those options, and you have the hope that you need to carry you through those challenging times. There can be amazing things waiting for you on the other side, but recognizing the options is the place where you have to start. Now, there's one more thing I'll say under that category, and that's that if you have ever heard these words come out of your mouth or somebody else's, we're going to crumple it up, throw it away as garbage. Beggars can't be choosers. It's BS. Get rid of it. And the reason for it, believing that beggars can't be choosers is what keeps people beggars. The people who get out of that are the ones who believe that that statement is garbage. I always have options. I always have a choice. It doesn't matter what my circumstances look like right now. So you have options. Fourth thing that people with unshakable hope believe, they believe that every step counts no matter how small it was. People with unshakable hope wake up every day just asking themselves the question, what's the small thing that I can do today that's going to make my life better today than it was yesterday? And people with unshakable hope, we're not going to pretend for a single second that their lives, just with hope become magically easy, that all these doors of opportunity just magically open up to them. People with unshakable hope are often the people who are still alive after an extended period of time of feeling suicidal. They hit that dark place. Why are they still alive? Because that spark kept them breathing throughout the day, and they just kept going, what's the thing that I can do today to just keep breathing? And so really, really, like for some people, it's if I continue breathing, that just keeps me alive for longer to figure this out. That's hope. That's hope in action. I can just keep breathing. That's something I can do right now. For other people in that garbage, bottomed out place, they're acknowledging that I got off the couch today and I brushed my teeth. That was oral hygiene. That was preventing cavities. It improved my breath. It's giving themselves credit for that. I think sometimes in our hopeless states, somebody without hope forgets to acknowledge the small things. They feel like, one of the reasons they have no hope is because they have this deep belief and it has to be a big step forward. Look how much money I added to my bank account today. Look at this huge breakthrough. Hey, I got published. It's these big things that they're looking for. And in the absence of those big things, where is my life going? It's people with unshakable hope. Oh my goodness, they have belief in the constructive value of the tiniest of things. And it's because they kept breathing. It was because they gave themselves credit for brushing their teeth during that horrible slump that they were in, where they were just trying to survive, that they keep going and they recover, they move forward, they achieve little bit by little bit until one day they are published, until they do get that job that they were hoping for, until that big paycheck does come in for a special project that they were a part of, till there's a breakthrough in that relationship. Whatever it was, they knew every step counted. Now, I'll just share with you that particular principle is something that means a lot to me, and to the point where I actually have a ring that I would normally be wearing. I just haven't lost the weight for my second baby. So wedding rings here, and then this ring means so much to me as well, and that's a ring that has little tiny footprints on it. And I don't know how well you can see it on the camera there, but when I've been able to wear it on my hand, the footprints always face to my right, because just in my head, that's forward. And it was every day when I could look at my hand and go, one step forward. What's the one thing I can do today that's going to move my life forward? And I can tell you that cumulative effect of just little tiny steps taken forward adds up. You wouldn't believe it. So just believe it. Please grab a hold of that, that every little step matters. And so what can I do today that makes my life better than it was yesterday? What's one thing I can do today that moves things forward? So if you are writing a book, write one sentence today. Even if you don't like it and you're like, that's a garbage sentence, write one sentence. Your house feels like a total disaster. Maybe you moved and you're unpacking. Unpack one box. Who said you have to set up the whole house today? Unpack one box, because that's one step forward, and believe that mattered, okay? Because it did. So the final thing, fifth thing that people with unshakable hope believe and just really deeply have grabbed a hold of, is the idea that if they get stuck in one area of life, they have the ability to move forward in other areas until this part's able to move again. People who lose hope often do so because they hit what feels like a wall. I can't get past this point. And here they are feeling bloodied and bruised because smash, 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 I can't get past this point. And if you bloody and bruise yourself in that process, of course, like that makes anybody just want to sit on their butts and not move anymore. You have an emotional injury from that. So if you see a wall right now, you are experiencing lack of hope, we're going to acknowledge that, yes, there's a brick wall here, but it only goes to here and here. These are the dimensions of the brick wall that you keep smashing into. Let's stop doing that. Let's take a step to the side and keep moving in this part here. And what I mean by that is, for example, that book that you are struggling to write and you feel like you've hit a brick wall, you want to complete this project so badly and it's not going anywhere, then somebody with unshakable hope knows, well, I'm not just a writer, I am many things. I am a parent, I am a brother, a sister, I am what are the other things that you are? A swimmer, like you name it. You have other interests, you have other roles that you play in your life. So if I'm stuck here, then where's the place where another place that I can focus on right now, invest some energy into moving forward there. And so maybe it's investing in your role as a family member and you're realizing I've gotten kind of disconnected. I live really far away from people, so I'm going to sit down and instead of trying to write a book, I'm going to write a postcard to, my grandparent, my aunt that I haven't talked to for a while, my sister, whoever. I'm going to move forward in that area of my life. I've been wanting to do more baking and get the hang of, cheesecake, whatever. Okay, go and try baking a cheesecake. And that might sound like, hold on, I want to have this, lifestyle. And a lot of it hinges on being a writer. How does baking a flipping cheesecake help me achieve that? It's because by advancing in other areas of your life and improving, you are acknowledging yourself as a holistic person, somebody who has many facets, somebody who, when you get stuck in one area, still has the ability to grow and move forward, rather than if you can't move forward in one area, it means all of you is stuck. So people who have unshakable hope go, well, that's frustrating, and maybe need to sit down and have a really good cry about it, eat an entire tub of ice cream, punch a wall. I don't know what it is that you need to do. Again, we're going to acknowledge that even people with unshakable hope have dark days, bad times, weeks, months, years, whatever, where they hit a huge slump. But as part of navigating that and recovering from it, they know, hey, there's lots to me. I'm not just this little tiny, thread of a person that can only travel this one path. If I'm stuck here, then there's somewhere else I can move forward, and that's what I'm going to focus on. And so you put all of that together. None of those things are inherent to, well, like some people can do that, but other people can't do that. All of that is something that any of us can do, and that we can also do collectively when we encounter a family, a company, a town that has lost hope. Then we look at how we can practice these things. How do we do that as individuals? How do we do that together? And so with that, as you can tell, I'm a little bit passionate about this. If you are interested in talking about this more, please share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to know what they are. I'm a facilitator. If you would like somebody to come in and facilitate a program for you, you can reach out to me at Lindsay, that's Lindsay, at opendoordevelopment.ca. You fire me an email. We'll talk more about what your specific needs are as an individual or as a group, and we'll figure out what would be a great program to help develop hope in your context. And just if you enjoyed this video, you found it interesting, food for thought, please like, share, subscribe. And with that, just wherever you are, I hope you are safe. I hope you are healthy. And I hope that you find yourself continually, every day, one step forward, growing in even more hope. And so with that, all the blessings in the world to you, and just I'm hoping you're well. All the best. Bye.